Welcome to another video from the series First Steps on the RebelMouse CMS. In our last video we made a brief summary of the main thing that you can do using the client backends. In this video we will talk about the RebelMouse feeds, what they are, and what are they used for. Let's talk about feeds. In this video we will talk about feeds in general, since usually when we talk about feeds, we are talking about RSS feeds, which are XML-based feeds. This kind of feeds is mostly used to syndicate content, which basically means making content available from one site to another site. It's also used for inserting your site's articles into newslettering services. And there are other examples where you can actually have certain services listening or reviewing an RSS feed, or any given feed, and looking for changes, so whenever a new article appears in there, it triggers an action. There are multiple things that you can do with feeds in general. We have 3 different types of feeds supported here in RebelMouse: built-in RSS feeds, custom feeds, and JavaScript custom feeds. Let's start with built-in RSS feeds. These are feeds that come with our CMS and you can use right away. So there are different types of entities for which we provide built-in RSS. And those are sections and authors. There are other feeds as well, but we're not going to cover those because those are less relevant. But the most important ones are section-based feeds and author feeds. For example, if we go to any given section, like demo news, I could go to feeds.rss at the end, and you would see that this is the actual RSS feed of that section. If we change the URL to .json, we can see the feed in JSON format. Now if we go to demo featured, you will see that there are no articles in here. So if I go to feeds.featured.rss, the result is an empty feed. You still have the feed of the demo featured section, but it's just empty because it doesn't have any posts. We can change RSS to JSON and the same result will show up, but in a JSON output instead of an XML-based output. The other one that we were talking about before is authors. A built-in feed starting on an author works essentially the same. You can access a user feed via URL just like a section, and can even change RSS to JSON, and the results work the same way as a section feed. You don't need to use our standard built-in RebelMouse feeds. You can create any custom feeds that you would like using our feed builders. Now we have 2 different feed builders in the RebelMouse CMS. The one that we will be covering in more detail is the JavaScript feed builder. The other one can be accessed via URL. You can just remove the JS_ prefix and just write /feed builder and you will be going to this feed builder. The difference between this feed builder and the JavaScript feed builder is that the feed builder uses GraphQL for you to generate the output that you want to have. You can select different formats, and it's quite powerful, but not everyone knows GraphQL. Back to the JS feed builder, here you can create your own custom feeds by using JavaScript. To do this, we will set a name for the new feed and use one of the many feed templates that we have here at the template selector, and as you can see, you are not working from scratch. Just below the code, you can see other tabs that will help you develop your feed. Here you can select what to show on your feed, for example what sections to include and not to include, a date to start on, and to end on. Once you are done, you can save this new feed, and you can access it through the link on the feed dashboard, and as simple as that, you have created a new custom feed that meets every requirement that you gave to it. We can of course edit our custom feeds using the edit button on the respective feed that we would like to edit. Maybe we want another template, or we don't want to work with XML format, which is the format that we see here. We can tweak directly on the code to change a format, or for example, make the feed a lot simpler, asking for less information, and as long as we save our changes, they will be reflected perfectly on the feed. You can also see the result of your actual feed on the feed preview tab. Just make a change on the code and hit refresh, and this works just like going to the feed URL. That's all you need to know about the feeds and custom feeds for now. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.